Hello and welcome to our first Dreamweaver website design project. In this series you'll learn how to build a complete website from start to finish using Dreamweaver CS6. You can use your own images and resources for this project, or if you prefer you can download all of the project files shown in these tutorials. You can also get the complete series manual in printed or ebook format along with the high definition video tutorials from wizibooks.com. It's really important to stay organized when you're building your website, and therefore it's essential that we have some structure to our files that we're going to be placing in it. So let's start by adding a couple of folders to our website. I'm going to come up to the root folder and I'm going to right click. When I do, the menu will open, and what I want to choose is new folder. When I click on that, you'll see a subfolder appears just underneath my root folder. It comes in with a default name of Untitled, so all I need to do now is type a name for it. Now, almost every website has a folder that contains images, so that's what I'm going to call this one. So there's the images folder, and at this point it's worth pointing out that I've used all lowercase letters, and it's a good habit to get into. When you're naming files or naming folders, always use lowercase characters. Another folder that I'm going to need is a folder to hold my CSS styles. So again, I'm going to come back to the root folder and right click, and I'm going to come up to new folder again. And this folder, I'm just going to call this CSS. Click away and the folder's named. One more folder at this point. So again, back to the root folder, right click, new folder. We're going to be using some JavaScript later on, so I also want a JS folder. That will hold all my JavaScript files. Creating files in Dreamweaver is just as simple, and all I need to do is to come up to the root folder and right click, and instead of new folder this time, we're going to choose new file. And if I click on that one, by default Dreamweaver will give us a file called untitled.html. I'm going to give this file the name main, and this is the file I'm going to use as a starting point for creating my web pages. Whenever you visit a website, you'll type in the URL that you want to go to, for example wizibooks.com, and the first thing the browser will do is it will look for a home page, and that's the first page that will be displayed to the visitor. The home page is normally called index.html. So eventually we'll need to create one of those. Let's do it now. Again, we'll come up to the root folder, we'll right click and choose new file, and let's type in index. So we now have 3 folders and 2 files in our website. Notice that when we do create a file, I'm just going to come back to the root folder and right click and say new file. Notice that Dreamweaver gives us the default file name of Untitled, and Untitled is highlighted and it's followed by the .html extension. This signifies that this is going to be an HTML page, but Dreamweaver conveniently highlights the first part of the file name so that we can simply type in the name that we want. So here we would type in sample, and the name sticks when you click away from it. So now we've got 3 files and 3 folders in our website. If we want to delete a file, all we need to do is to select the file, and again we can right click, come up to edit and across to delete. The delete file confirmation box will appear and we'll simply say yes, and the file is deleted. We're not going to be using the index.html just yet, so I'm going to delete that one as well. So again I'll select it and right click, come up to edit and delete. Again a message appears asking me if I'm sure I want to delete. Yes I do, and index is gone. So we've successfully set up our website folder, and we've added a few subfolders and a file ready to get started.